Okay. Hopefully this time it'll be a bit better. Um, when no, I shrunk. But yeah, welcome to the stream. Um, I am very excited about today's stream and a little bit nervous. Um, because today we are celebrating hitting 750. Uh, Thank you. Welcome back. This is the stream okay again? Is it is it still lagging? Let me know. Um, we are celebrating hitting 750,000. I was watching Shy Lily's um, stream earlier, and she hit 700,000 on Twitch. So that's probably why that was on my mind. Um, yeah, I am truly a celebrity with my 750 followers on Twitter. No, but it's a big milestone, and I am excited to celebrate it by doing a smasher pass of not my fellow VTubers, not anime characters, not video game characters, but uh, literary fiction characters. Um, the kinds of characters that you probably hated reading about in high school. Uh, because because so far um, we've read Dracula, and we have read and we're reading Frankenstein, and both are literary novels. And we are I think probably we need to define um, like what actually a literary novel is, and it can be kind of nebulous. So we can do that in a minute. Um, but I also I want to say just at the outset, um, thank you everyone for making this journey, the start of this journey that I'm on, so amazingly fun, um, and so welcoming and so warm and all of that stuff because uh, it's been amazing, and I can't wait to see where we go next. Um, so let's get started. Uh, so, like I said, we came up with a list of a bunch of literary characters, um, and I'm going to tell you whether I would smash or pass on them. And in my mind, we define a literary novel as um, usually literary novels are basically defined by their merit as like art, um, and it's kind of one of those snooty like academic things where if a novel is popular, academics kind of tend to turn their nose to it. But if a novel is popular enough, long enough, then they tend to like tell us that it was actually a literary classic all along, and it's one of the best novels ever written. So like for a long time, fantasy novels and sci-fi novels have been basically excluded from the literary canon in the academic circles. And honestly, it's BS because sci-fi fantasy can be just as good uh, as any like literary novel at describing the human condition. But typically, when academics, yeah, imagine using your imagination is shunned by academics. Yeah, that's funny. But usually they literary classics are like, they've been out for at least 50 years. They have stood the test of time, and they are still relevant in the culture that they were written in, and they have some kind of cross generational appeal, and they tend to have themes that are timeless. So like Jane Austen's novels are pretty timeless. They obviously, like, romance has changed a lot since Jane Austen's time, but Jane Austen's works are pretty timeless, which is why you still have authors and other kinds of creators making stuff using her characters. You still have people making movies and comics about Dracula and Frankenstein or well, Frankenstein's monster, really. So yeah, that's kind of the definition that we're running with on this list. There are human characters, and there are not so human characters. There are there are a couple of more fantastical characters on the list, and so that's basically because we are starting to see academics not as much turn a blind eye to sci-fi fantasy, and I wanted to reflect that in a couple of these characters. When I was looking for images for these characters, I tried to be as like book accurate as possible, but for some of them it was hard to find like illustrations that matched that were like book illustrations. So some of them will have the movie like the movie actors as their picture, but just remember that we're going by the book. And some of them some of them I couldn't find good images that were like not against TOS. So there's that. So there's that. Yeah. Okay. Are you guys ready? Or should I ramble a bit more to give people time to come in? Take a drink of water first. You'll see. You'll see, Jonas. Unfortunately, their book covers and a lot of other and like images from some older books have a lot of yeah, you won't see actually. A lot of older books have some risque covers with lots of women and booba. And I did not want to accidentally go against TOS and show some things on my stream. But yeah, yeah. But like I definitely want to I definitely want to underline the fact that that it's really good to see that like a lot of a lot of scholars now are saying that, well, actually Tolkien is a literary classic now. Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit are definitely literary classics, because they are, you know, not that everybody loves them, because obviously not everybody loves every book, but they have a vast appeal, to a lot of the reading population, and they have gone through at least two or three generations now of being one of the most popular book series out there. I didn't, yeah. I mean, there are definitely people out there who probably do say that Lord of the Rings is bad, but we are not one of them. That is to say that you won't necessarily see Lord of the Rings characters on this list, because I still feel that is, I want to save that for like a true fantasy character kind of tier list, or smash or pass, because really it is an epic fantasy. It's not necessarily a literary novel. But I think, yeah, it doesn't really count, even though like there are actual scholars who studies Tolkien. What I'm more interested in for today is like the literary canon, which is the a lot of books that are basically taught in school, which is unfortunate, which has some controversy, because like 98%, maybe 99% of the literary canon is basically just written by white men, which is, it's too bad, because there's a lot of really great literature out there, and not all of it, surprisingly, is written by dead white men. But anyway, I think that I've rambled enough. Let us switch over to the Smasher Pass screen. Okay, it's a it's a simple, just a two options. I'm either going to smash or I'm going to pass. Sometimes sometimes you have smasher passes with like, uh I would smash, I would date, I would, all that stuff. Not really for me. Those kinds of options. I'm just gonna go with a very simple, I would smash or I would pass, at least for this edition. And again, just to remind you guys, we're doing this because you guys have been so kind to me, and I thought it would be fun if I could make a fool of myself, telling you whether I would smash or pass some really funny characters, literary characters. So thank you so much for making this all possible. And I can't wait to keep streaming with you guys. And just thank you. Okay, let's start. First of all, can you guys see? Can you guys see the images well enough? I don't know if I can really do much about some of the images. They're like, some of them are very granular, but okay. Okay, it looks okay. Good. All right, let's start. And we're gonna start with one of the hottest men in all of Greece, Hades, or not Hades. Sorry, Achilles. This is Achilles, not Hades. Um, in case you have been living under a rock, your entire life. Achilles is a character filled with like this primal rage. The Iliad begins with "Sing, O Muse," or "Sing, O Goddess of the rage of godlike Achilles," and basically his entire book, the entire epic poem of the Iliad is basically a sob story of Achilles being really mad at Agamemnon for stealing his woman trophy that he won in battle and refusing to fight the Trojan War until his lover Patroclus, or if you only read the modern translations, his friend Patroclus, until his lover Patroclus is killed in battle by Hector. And then he goes on a rampage and eventually gets shot in the heel, and that's why we have an Achilles heel. But Achilles, would I smash or pass Achilles? I think that it is. I think that it's clear from his like his background that he could definitely provide for a family, and I think that's important. I I am a little concerned about his anger issues. They do get him into trouble, and I feel like that's a big problem. But I also feel like the Iliad is only one part of him. Like it's only one aspect of his entire character, and it's most of what we get of Achilles, because it's his story. But I also feel like there's probably a lot more behind the rough warrior exterior. Basically, I'm saying I can fix him. I can definitely fix him. And I love the line that when Odysseus goes into the underworld in the Odyssey, and I love the line that Achilles gives where he tells, this is after Achilles is dead, and is in the underworld. He tells Odysseus, "Better to be the lowliest servant or peasant on earth than to be the king of the underworld." And just, man, I love that line. Just dig that knife in so hard, man. Anyway, smash. It's absolutely a smash on Achilles. Next up, we have poor old Atticus Finch. And Atticus Finch Atticus Finch is a conflicting character for me, because we do we do get in the prequel that they forced Harper Lee to write that Atticus was actually kind of a bad person in the background of To Kill a Mockingbird, but like I was forced to read To Kill a Mockingbird twice. Once because in the original school that I was in for high school, read To Kill a Mockingbird in the ninth grade, and I moved schools for sophomore year, and that school taught To Kill a Mockingbird in the 10th grade, so I got to read To Kill a Mockingbird twice. And I feel like Atticus Finch is and by the way, this is obviously from the movie. It's a picture from the movie. This is this is Gregory Peck playing Atticus Finch. And so Atticus Finch is a complicated character. He's living in the rural South, and has to defend a black man who is accused of horrible crimes against a white woman, when no one else wants to defend them and or defend the man, and just assumes that he did the horrible things that he's accused of. And Atticus tries his very best to defend him at great personal cost. His reputation in the town is basically shattered throughout most of the novel, and he does it for no real benefit. He knows that he's going to lose almost from the beginning, and I think it's really heroic for him to get up and do that anyway. And he tells the town and the court to their face that the town is better than this, and that they need to see this man as a human being. And I think that that is one of the most admirable things that anyone can do. Plus, like, there's this really, it's a sad part because he has to shoot a dog. But spoiler alert. Spoilers for the 90-year-old novel, or maybe not. I think it was written in the 50s or 60s. So 60-year-old novel. But Atticus is like a sniper basically. So he's a hidden badass, which is amazing, and smash. What about you, Jonas? Would you smash um, Atticus Finch? Really? You thought I would pass on Atticus Finch? Look at that man. Look at his suit. That guy cleans up good. Yeah. Yeah. He's he's a badass, but I only mentioned the prequel because it is a thing, but I also feel like um it was it was released relatively recently, and this was after 50 years of Harper Lee never releasing another piece of writing. And I have a feeling that she was coerced in her old age to do it. And I don't know, I don't know if I can really count it. And I don't know if that I may just be looking through rose tinted windows on that, but I feel like if Atticus was truly a bad person, he would not defend He wouldn't do what he does in To Kill a Mockingbird, basically. There's only a few on the list that I feel strongly about, and I will riot if you pass on them. I will make sure to pass on them then. Okay. Beowulf. Yeah, it's I don't know. I don't know. She so I heard reports that she was like writing it while she was suffering from dementia. So I I don't know. I I honestly don't know whether to take it into account or not. But just based on To Kill a Mockingbird, easy smash for me. Beowulf. Beowulf is another character that's that's like Achilles. He's a lord of in what would become England. So he has money. He has his house, his castle, but he's got real anger issues, and it's I don't know, something about. So I don't know if it's just me being unfair to Beowulf, but I feel like there's less behind the character of Beowulf than there is of Achilles, and it may be that it's just been too long since I read Beowulf, and I feel like he's just pure rage, and it definitely does get him killed, and I feel like there is I don't know if I could fix Beowulf. Beowulf is he's a tough nut to crack. I don't know. Also, like Beowulf goes literally hunting. Doesn't he go hunting for the monster? The monster isn't doing anything. I think, or maybe it's been so long since I read Beowulf. I don't know. Maybe I should have looked up a summary of Beowulf before putting him on the list. But I don't know. My my initial gut reaction is pass, and it that may be controversial, but that is what we are here for, because Beowulf is just poor Jonas. Was that one? Was that one of the ones that you cared most about? Is that one that you wanted me to? Oh yes, yes. My plan is working. My plan is everything is going according to my design. I have foreseen it. Okay, yeah. I can't turn around. No, no, that's not happening. Let's see. Do Billy Pilgrim. This is the way. Yes. So I have not read Slaughterhouse Five. So I'm going to go on just looks alone, whether or not I'm going to smash Billy Pilgrim. And so like he's got a cloak that's, it's a nice cloak. Um, I hate his hat. Like, really, I hate his hat. Um, mm, yeah, it's Kurt Vonnegut. Um, ugh. But he's a ginger. I have like that's like +5 to charisma right there for me. Uh yeah, a lot of people read it in high school. Um, mm, okay, smash just for the ginger thing. I gotta support my fellow gingers. Yeah. Uh, yeah. I don't have a whole lot to say about Billy Pilgrim because I haven't read the book. Captain Ahab. All right. This is where it gets. This is where it starts to get harder. So Captain Ahab, uh, is a really interesting character, and he's he's totally gone off the deep end, which uh, it's it's hard to it's hard to tell, or it's hard to say how much I dislike the obsessive personality trait. So yeah, he's so I will say this: Captain Ahab is dedicated to his job. He just has one job, and it is to kill a whale. I would say that just he's also like he's old, like he's not necessarily old, um but he's an older fisherman, and I feel like just like not even taking into account the fact that he's crazy. I feel that Captain Ahab would much rather spend his life at sea than at home with me. And you know, I get seasick, and I feel like he wouldn't, like, we just wouldn't vibe. We don't have that much in common. He likes killing whales. I like just sitting at home doing nothing and reading. So I definitely a pass for me on a Captain Ahab. Okay. I can't believe that Beowulf was the one that you that you balked on. Okay. So next is a character that is less well known. And that is Carmilla from the short story Carmilla. That's true. He does have a lot of abs. That is definitely true. But like, oh, and he's Scottish. Or at least I imagine he's Scottish, because who oh, who in the UK would like randomly decide to go fight monsters? He's definitely got to be a Scotsman, right? And that and and yeah, I got reactions. No, I already passed. I already passed on him. Okay, so Carmilla. Carmilla is she's a vampire. She is one of I believe that she predates Dracula, the novel Dracula, by at least a couple years. In fact, I will look that up because that's gonna bug me. Carmilla. Yeah, I think so. Bram Stoker's Dracula. That's a book. Yes, by 20 years. That's interesting. So, Carmilla is a story about a a young girl who is entranced by an older female vampire, and there is a whole bunch of subtext about like the whole coming of age story, and I forget the name of the human character, but she is very she's not into any of the male suitors that her father wants to hitch her up to. So this this woman comes, and she is very entranced by this woman, and there's a whole lot of subtext about like coming of age and becoming and growing up to be lesbian, and and like how in the day and age of when Carmilla was written, it was very taboo, and because this was Victorian times, and she's very manipulative. She's like Dracula. She's very manipulative. She knows what she wants, and she's going to get it. And just, you know, it's difficult. So like obviously she's an undead monster. So I don't want to say that that's hot, because like it's not, at least not to me. I am not a necrophiliac. Yeah, I can't. No, it's a pass. Plus, also, I feel like, no, no, I'm not into it. I'm not into vampires. I'm so sorry. And we're gonna have another vampire coming up in a few. But no, no, it's not happening. Also, like, she's Edward is disappointed in me. Also, Carmilla is very much into women, and specifically young girls. By the way, not cool, not cool. So yeah, it's an automatic pass. But obviously Edward is a different story. Edward is an automatic smash, of course. Next up, we have Circe. Uh, Circe from the Odyssey. So Circe is a really interesting character. She recently got like one of those modern adaptation novels by it's I I'm blanking on the Madeline Miller, I think, is the author of Circe, which is kind of like a biopic of or a mythological biopic from Circe's perspective. And so Circe is presented in the Odyssey as basically an obstacle for Odysseus and his men to overcome. She turns his men into animals, into pigs, and she keeps Odysseus on her island for several years. So she's part goddess, part witch. She's got lots of magic. She can basically, she can protect you, obviously, because she's a goddess. She's beautiful as hell. And obviously, it's not great that she trapped a man on her island for like 7 years, but she was lonely, right? Um, hmm. Smash. Gotta smash. And it's not like Odysseus. Uh, Odysseus could have left at any time, but he decided to stay. So can't have been that bad, right? And his men probably deserve to get turned into pigs. I believe our next. So they're in alphabetical order basically. The next the next on our list, and this isn't the cropping is not great, but this is Conan the Barbarian, and very much like a classic sword and sorcery, um, 19 early 1900s character, played most famously by Arnold Schwarzenegger when he was young. And I haven't read any of his stories, and I haven't seen any of the Arnold Schwarzenegger movies. So I'm just gonna go on his picture alone, and his abs are smash. Just so many abs and so many biceps. Yeah, Conan the Barbarian is definitely a very early fantasy kind of precursor to the Lord of the Rings. And what's funny is that I think Robert Jordan wrote a couple of stories on Conan the Barbarian. I think he wrote a couple of Conan novels when he wasn't trying to destroy Rand utterly in The Wheel of Time. Okay, here we go. Are you ready? Are you happy that this guy is on the list? The one true horror character on this list. And he is on this list because I knew that Jonas would never let me live it down if I chickened out and didn't put him on the list. Cthulhu. Okay. So right away, what do we know about Cthulhu? Cthulhu is he loves to sleep. I love to sleep. Um, he has a real like uh he has a real he has a lot of tentacles. Okay, which is a little gross. Just gonna say, I don't like. I love seafood, but I don't like the whole like the squid and the octopus. It just, it's a little gross. Now, if I was the deep, this would be an automatic smash, right? But I am a simple Fey librarian, and oh my god, oh, I'm. That's true. I am terrified well, I'm terrified both ways. I'm terrified to smash him. I'm terrified to pass on him. Uh Smash. Are you happy? And I'm going to say a couple things uh to um to explain myself. Uh I will say that he's probably never going to wake up. So I don't actually have to do anything, right? Like it's one of those he wakes up and it's the apocalypse, right? So probably I'm probably fine. It's totally fine. And then the other thing that I would say is suction, and that's all I'll say on that matter. Okay, Daisy Buchanan from The Great Gatsby. Daisy is another really interesting character. She's very much I feel like Daisy could go a couple ways. If she had stayed with Gatsby, and if he hadn't like gotten if he hadn't gone to war, and she hadn't married Tom Buchanan, I feel like she would be a pretty normal a normal person. But because she's steeped in this like old money, like and she's very Tom is a dick. Like Tom Buchanan is an awful person. And I feel like if she was away from Tom, she could actually be like a regular person. She's materialistic. She loves her gold and her money, and her status, which it's not that bad. It's not that bad to me. I'm not I'm not too concerned about it. I'm not gonna be as obsessed about her as Gatsby is. So that's fine, right? That's a smash. She's fine. She and like and you know that she's like a normal person because she says that she hopes that her daughter is going to be like I shouldn't say that you know that she's a normal person. I should say that you know that Daisy is putting on like an act to be in this society of uber wealthy old money because she says that if if her daughter is to be successful, she has to like she basically has to put on this same kind of mask, and she hopes that she'll be a beautiful little fool. Which, it's it's indicative of the time, when women were basically disregarded. And I feel like I can fix her. another another one that I can fix. I can fix Achilles. I can I can fix Stacy Buchanan. Um, Definitely not gonna fix Tom Buchanan though. Tom Buchanan is a terrible, awful person, um, and he played football in college, so that's just it's a non-starter for me. But he's not on this list, so let us move on to Don Quixote. Uh, okay, so Don Quixote is um, he's really funny. Like his entire character is so silly. Um, he's uh he's basically uh a like a Renaissance version of a LARPer. You know what I mean? Like um he's pretending to be a knight, running around pretending that the windmills are giants with like big giant arms, and all that stuff. Um, and so he goes and tries to slay the windmills because they're giants. Um, and I feel like he's just, yeah. If there definitely should be an easy button emote. Um, I so I feel like Don Quixote is for me one of those, like, I would love to hang out with this guy just to like pick his brain. Um, but I gotta pass. Um, don't get me wrong, I would love to hang out with this guy, but I don't want to smash him. Okay, so let's move on to uh, Dorian Gray. Dorian Gray is a really hard one, because he's super hot, right? He's amazingly hot. But he's only hot because he's got this magic mirror that's keeping him alive. For and like mess or he's got a picture, sorry, not a mirror. Um, he's got this picture that's being destroyed little by little as he gets more hedonistic and debauched and all that stuff. So like I feel like it would be so fun to party with with Dorian Gray. Like can you imagine a Dorian Gray party? He would definitely be hanging out in Vegas, and just living it up and doing all of the crazy things that an immortal being could think of. But like, and then I think about it, and I'm just like, but that's not me. I don't like parties. I I like hanging out with friends, but I'm just not. I'm not that like debauched kind of guy that Dorian Gray is, and it would definitely bother me that there's this distance between us, that he won't age, and what he really looks like is in the painting that's like hanging on the wall, or wherever he decides to put it, and that's what he really looks like because he's so evil and debauched and ugh. Yeah, gotta pass. Okay. I believe that we have reached um, Dr. Abraham Van Helsing. That's a pass. I'm sorry. I just can't. He's too old for me. Now, if let me caveat this. We have to caveat this because if we were talking about the Hugh Jackman Van Helsing, instant mega smash, just automatic smash, because Hugh Jackman, and also just like he's amazing. His Van Helsing is amazing. In the in the movie that obviously should have won Oscars for how amazing it is. I'm joking. But yeah, no, he's a really good guy, and he is truly one of the best of men. But nope, gotta pass. And I am noticing. I Of course I wouldn't pass them all. I mean, there are some hot people on this list, like Dr. Frankenstein, for instance. And this is a drawing that someone did, or a sketching of. It's okay. That's totally fine, Jonas. This is a drawing or a sketching of what's his name? Tarkin. What's the actor's name who plays Tarkin? Peter Cushing. That's the guy. Peter Cushing. Peter Cushing played Dr. Victor Frankenstein, apparently, and I had no idea. In a movie. So, Victor Frankenstein. He's got some issues that he needs to work out, to say the least. He has he's definitely very smart. He's a great conversationalist. He has one of the best memories I have ever seen. If he can recite verbatim everything that he has ever heard from years before, which is nice. He's obviously very dapper, but he's just an arrogant. He's so arrogant, and he's so just like mad with power, and he hates nature. Well, he doesn't hate nature. He only hates nature when he's like in the throes of his work, and when it mocks him afterwards. But still, yeah, just also like the whole wanting to marry his cousin thing. Just I'm not into it. Just no, nope, gotta pass. We don't have a good record here of doctors, actually. I'm sorry, doctors. Okay, who's next? Oh, Dr. Watson. Smash! Holy shit, smash. Yes. Dr. Watson needs he needs to he needs to have more going on than just being second fiddle to Sherlock. He he's very smart in his own right, and Sherlock treats him like like just a soundboard on which he can just bounce ideas on and tell him that he's tell him that he's just dumb for not figuring out what Sherlock has already figured out hours ago. So we definitely need to get him away from Sherlock, and I would totally smash. So we have one doctor on the list who is a smash. We got one, guys. We got one. Okay. Um. So next is Dracula, and again we're going in alphabetical order. So Dracula. From the description in the book, he's he's too old. He's too creepy. He's too like, just too monstrous for me. I feel like from the description in the book, he has just hair coming out of his like the palm of his hand. He's just, yeah, in his prime, like as a human, definite smash. But no, for me, Dracula's a pass. Next, we have Elizabeth Bennet from Pride and Prejudice, and Pride and Prejudice is just so great. Like it's such a literary classic, and most of these most of these books are like all of these books are literary classics. But Pride and Prejudice, whew, it's a great book. And Elizabeth Bennet, she has a sarcastic wit that is just so attractive to me, and um and she scorns Darcy in a way that just is amazing. Um and I don't know what else to say other than smash. Just instant smash. One of the greatest characters ever written. You can't tell by the picture because it's just like it doesn't show its face. But this is Frankenstein's monster. And while feel I do feel bad for the creature or the monster, um, because obviously Frankenstein did him dirty or did it dirty. Them, I don't know. Dr. Frankenstein did his creature dirty when he left him and refused to give him any kind of love or education, and he had to fend for himself in the cruel world. Um, but that does not excuse his actions. Once the creature understands like the laws of society and morality, I stop being so forgiving about its actions because it knows exactly what it's doing. And it does some murder. It does a bunch of murder, and it does some planting of evidence. to make sure that it doesn't get implicated. In Oh, thank you, Cutie Corey. Thank you so much for the subscription and welcome to the library. So yeah, it's also like it's made of dead body parts. I don't know exactly how Frankenstein got his. Or actually, I think in the book it does say that he robbed graves. So the the creature's body is probably cold and clammy, and it's just not like no. I was gonna say not appetizing. No, it's a pass. Should we do a poll on how like what percentage you guys think that I'm going to smash or pass on? I think that might be fun. Let's do that. Let's see if I can make a poll. Oh, an ad is starting soon. Okay. I will make a poll, manage poll. Yes. Create new poll. What percent will be smash? This is gonna be an over under. Over 50%. Under 50%. Okay. Sure. Let's do a 10-minute one. Okay. Time to cast your votes. Will I end up having more than 50% as a smash or under 50% as a smash? Get your votes in now. Okay. Guy Montag from Fahrenheit 451. This guy has a very controversial job, obviously, for me. As a librarian, it is hard for me to ever consider smashing someone who burns books for a living. So, but he goes through an arc where he starts to not like burning books as much, right? So maybe I can fix him. Oh, thank you for the first time chat, cutie, Corey. Thank you very much. I do not burn books. That is lies and slander. Lies and slander. Well, yeah, lies and slander. Yeah, I don't know if I can fix him. The guy's a fireman. He burns books. I'm having so much fun. Yes, thank you very much. I love making a fool of myself in chat or to chat. and we're doing this to celebrate. So yeah, it's awesome. Um, yeah, I can't. It's a pass. Burning books, it's just not a thing that I can condone. Um, Hamlet. Hamlet. Hamlet is a very conflicting kind of character. He is very indecisive. Um, I feel like if I were, I feel like if I were trying to get him to decide where we were going to like go out to eat, he would just like shrug his shoulders and say, "I don't know," and then stare off into the distance and brood, which would be, you know, it would be hot, but it'd be very frustrating for me because I'm hungry and I want someone to like make a choice. Um, he also likes like philosophizing, which is cool to me, but also he talks to skulls. So that's a little weird. He also sees ghosts, which is a little concerning. Um, he also runs away from most of his story. And I feel like running away from your problems is not a great way to solve them. Um, hmm. But he is a prince. He's a prince, and he's like, look at that outfit. That's an attractive outfit. I feel like I could probably deal with the indecisiveness. Yeah, let's smash. Okay. Next we have Heathcliff from um, Wuthering Heights. So if it's a little weird that that Hamlet likes to talk to skulls, it's just downright concerning that Heathcliff, spoilers, like tries to sleep with his dead girlfriend, and not as in she's undead. She's like a corpse. And he goes and sleeps in her grave, and uh, and ensures that he is like when he dies, he is buried with her, and he's like one of the most emo characters I have ever read. And it's been a while since I've read Wuthering Heights, um, but like dude's concerning, weird, like you know, so that's a pass. Hector, I think Hector is a vastly underrated character in the Iliad. Yes, he kills Patroclus, which isn't great, because Patroclus was just trying to like drum up support in the Greeks, because the aforementioned Achilles was having a tantrum in his tent. But none of the events of Troy are really Hector's fault. It's all Paris's fault. Paris of Troy, not Paris, the city in France. And what Hector is doing is just defending his city. He's defending his home from invaders, and he is very noble. He gives Achilles time to mourn Patroclus, something that Achilles is not willing to extend any kind of honor to him about, right? And when Achilles kills Hector, he drags his body through the camp on his, like, drags him, like, ties him to his horse and drags his body through the camp, parades him in front of his father. So it's a smash. Like, the guy is very attractive. He's an honorable warrior. He is just, he's the perfect Greek/Trojan warrior, and that's hot. Okay, Henry Clerval from Frankenstein. So, on the surface, with Henry Clerval, it it appears like this should be an automatic smash. He is, he's a he's taking of his own initiative. He's a merchant's son, so he doesn't really, in his day and age, need an education. But he goes to his father and he convinces his father that he needs an education, and he wants knowledge, and that to me is incredibly attractive. That he seeks out learning, and he studies languages, which is cool. He loves nature, which to me, as a fae, is very appealing. But he also does have that kind of, like, toxic positivity kind of vibe. He tells Frankenstein that, like, uh he just needs time in nature, and he doesn't, and he complains that Frankenstein isn't like he used to be. He used to smile more and be happy, and that's not so appealing. Because, like, I need someone who understands that you need to be able to feel the full range of the human emotions, and sometimes we all gotta feel sad sometimes. It's okay to feel sad. So, you know, but he's such a good guy. Like, I don't know. Hmm. All right, let's smash. Hmm. Okay. Inigo Montoya from The Princess Bride. Enough said. Instant smash. Um, so there's this funny thing. Where did I wonder if I can, um, Inigo Montoya. Um, Hold on just a second. Yeah, I mean, who would pass on Inigo Montoya? Um, Here it is. So I would have been disappointed in myself if I had passed on him, on Inigo Montoya. Um, So like friendship over. Um, finish him. Uh, so he like his famous saying is, "Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya, and you killed my father. Prepare to die." Um, and there's this like, and I just think it's really funny that I feel like he would be a great date because he starts with a polite greeting. He tells you his name. He gives you his like a relevant personal link to his life. And then he manages your expectations as a potential date. So I I feel like he's just perfect, right? Who wouldn't smash Inigo Montoya? He's also a very polite fighter. He participates in the most polite duel in the history of literature and film. So yeah, instant smash. Yeah, that is true. We do just like we do instantly think of him, or we think of Mandy as synonymous with the character. So that is true. All right. The name's Bond. James Bond. Uh there is no problem. There's no problem with this. Um okay, so this may be a little bit controversial. Uh I'm going to pass. I'm I'm just I'm not into the whole like super secret spy thing. Yeah. Yeah. I, d- I don't want the person that I'm potentially dating to have a secret life where they don't tell me about um and where they are off like boinking other women or other people um and him being around me is putting my body in danger. Yeah, well maybe that's true, it's not that secret. But like I him being around me and my body is putting me in danger because if he um like if his enemies find out that I exist, he they'll come after me, and I care much more about my body than I care about him. So, you know, that's my reason. Danger. Danger is half the fun. That's true. Bond Bond would be an incredibly fun date up until the moment I got shot. And then it wouldn't be so fun anymore. So I'm gonna pass. He's all yours. Also, like I feel like he would just like ditch me. Do any of the Bond girls ever come back? I I can't remember if they do, because what does he do with them? I assume he just leaves them. So if I was looking for like something very something very impersonal and very like quick, then maybe it's like a different story. Yeah, it's true. And also like you said, are these Bonds the same person? or are they different people with the under the name James Bond? And that's actually an interesting question, and I do not know the answer. Although I Sean Connery. So like, just like as an aside, Sean Connery, sure. Pierce Brosnan, yes. But Bond as a whole, no. Like, just because of all the things that I said. But just Sean Connery and Pierce Brosnan, yes. Okay, so we've done. Oh, thank you for the hydrate, Redeem. Okay, so we've had Daisy, Daisy Buchanan, and now we have Gatsby. And Gatsby is a very interesting character to me on this list. Because he, like Ahab, he is singularly obsessed with one person. Everything he does is about Daisy. And I don't know if, like, in the rules of this, are we, like, is my intent to be the only person in Jay Gatsby's life? Because I don't think he's going to go for that. But he is he's very dapper. I like the fact that he has a mansion, and that he's entrepreneurial. He likes to illegally sell booze during Prohibition. But I'm not sure that I like the fact that he's gonna spend most of his nights just like staring out at the light on Daisy's dock. You know, like it's just it's a little bit it's a little bit rude that he's not thinking about me enough, and that he's always looking at someone else. You know? But if we're talking about just like would I smash or pass on a quick like a on a quick yes or no? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. A little obsession never hurt anyone. Said no one ever. Yeah. I mean, it's a little bit unhealthy. It only gets him dead, you know? You can only die once unless you're James Bond, and then you can die twice. Okay. So here we have reached our had to abandon the search for actual like drawings and cover images for the character, because they were very not non TOS. And John Carter of Mars, and this is John Carter of Mars is a very early or an early sci-fi like serial novel. It's a series about a guy who's on Mars. I've never read them. I'm assuming that it's about a guy named John Carter and he's on Mars. But look at that body. Look at him. Just look at that body. Smash. Gotta be a smash. Jonathan Harker, instant smash. Just holy crap, instant smash. He's a dapper Englishman, so he's got the English accent. He he cares deeply about the people who he loves, and is very much willing to go toe to toe with an evil monstrosity to protect them, against his better judgment and at the risk of his own life. And has just he has a like very sad like he has a very sad story, basically. He has very like he has bad mental health struggles after he leaves Dracula's castle. And I like, I want to hug him, right? I want to give him a hug. So, instant smash. King Arthur. If you couldn't tell, this is King Arthur. It's just funny how they crop these images on this website. A smashing hug. You might even say we're Smash Bros. Sorry. So King Arthur. Normally I would say King Arthur is an instant smash. But when I was thinking about it last night, I realized that if you think about it, King Arthur is like the ultimate version of the story about the guy who goes out and you can smash and hug at the same time, totally. King Arthur is the ultimate version of the dad who goes out for milk and never comes home. If you think about it, like he did that for all of England. He goes and gets. He goes to the lake, and just like walks into the lake and disappears, and will only come back in the hour of England's greatest need, according to the story. Well, he's never coming back. Like, he's absolutely never coming back. The line was really long. Yeah. It takes until the end of time. But he's a king. He's busy, so I give him the benefit of the doubt. I would like we know that he's good at swordplay. We know that he's uh the new iPhone just came out. Yeah, it'll be back. We know his pullout game is strong. uh Smash. Are we gonna have to like delete the VOD because of that joke? We might. That one may need to be bleeped out on the YouTube VOD. um okay, next is Lady Macbeth. Uh so Lady Macbeth is a psychopath. Um I've uh I've dated her type before, and it didn't go particularly good. So I'm just gonna leave her as a pass because she's crazy. Um, and I hope that doesn't. I hope that's not controversial. Um, the Lady of the Lake. Lady of the Lake is she's very beautiful. Obviously, she's a fae. She lives in a lake, which is a little bit weird. I tend to like to have like house comforts, like a fireplace and bookshelves and all that stuff and a bed. She's a lady in a lake. What's not to like? She does have a very stable system of government for getting kings, right? So yeah, that's true. I don't have to live in the lake. That's true. I can just visit the lake. So yeah, that's a smash. That's definitely a smash. Yeah, that's totally a smash. I believe that is Mr. Macbeth himself. Yes, Macbeth just Macbeth is. I feel so bad for Macbeth because he is duped by his love for his wife, who he apparently didn't know was a psychopath until the very last minute when she whispered in his ear. I was like, "You need to kill the king. If you kill the king, you can become king." And he's like, "Well, what?" And she's just like, "Yeah, do it, do it, do it." And like, she's 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 going to make his life a living hell if he doesn't do exactly what she says. So I feel like he's obviously he can make his own decisions, but I feel like he's being manipulated by his wife to do bad things, and that is not totally his fault. Um, Otherwise, he seems like a fine guy. He seems like a good guy. So let's smash. Let's go. We're we're getting close to the end, guys. Medusa. Medusa is a tough one because if I like go near her, she might turn me to stone, and I don't want to be turned to stone. I'm sure she's beautiful, but can't really see her because, like, if I look at her, if I look at her, she's just gonna turn me to stone. So I mean, like, obviously she had a lot of there's a lot more going on in her story than just what are your two words, Jonas? If they aren't I'm passing. Light switch. But all the time, like, I could never be with her in daylight ever. Also, I don't so like is I don't actually know if it's a thing that she can turn off or if it's a thing that just is an automatic thing. So like it, it. I'm sure that she's a lovely person, and she has some real some real stuff going on in the background of her story. I just no, nope, pass. Mina Harker, instant smash. It looks like the people who voted for over 50% are gonna win. Mina Harker is just a she's a badass. She just she's so cool. Um, reading 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 Dracula for the first time made me appreciate Mina Harker so much more, because she is very much in on. She tries to be in on the plans like from the beginning, and it's not her fault that they keep her out purposefully, because Dracula will obviously use her against them, and he does. But it is because of her that Dracula is vanquished, and that's extremely cool. And she's a take charge kind of woman, and she's loving, and she tries her best to save her friend. And I mean Lucy, by the way. So yeah, it's an easy smash. Miss Havisham. So I don't know really anything about this character. This was sent in by somebody else, and I should pull up Miss Havisham. She's from Great Expectations. Okay. What does revenge and disappointment? After her fiance leaves her at the altar, she becomes a living ghost, dressed in her wedding gown and surrounded by the pre- preserved scene of what was supposed to be. That is that is cool as hell. That is so cool. An elderly. Oh, she's old? A rotting mansion? That is so cool. I regret to inform you that. Oh. According to this article, so she's she's portrayed in film as this like old crone, but in reality, in the novel, she's 40. That's funny. So she's not actually that old. So she sounds like a really cool character, but she's a ghost, and like that's weird. So no, I'm gonna pass. But I would love to talk to her and hear her story, because I feel like she needs to rant about the uh the problems of men. I believe next is Mr. Darcy. Fitzwilliam Darcy. Darcy is an absolute smash. I would let him just glare at me all day long with those arrogant eyes. Just whew, you know, just man. And like the best part about Darcy is that even though he's so prideful, in the end, he learns. He learns to he learns that what he's doing is wrong, and that he needs to do right by his I was his woman Elizabeth. Um, glare at me harder, Daddy. Yes, do it. Glare at me harder, Daddy. That's funny. But yeah, he's again a dapper Englishman, very wealthy, has a very nice house, and uh, and absolute smash. Oh, no doubt about it. Okay, so here's the one, here's a controversial literary fiction pick, because Mr. Tumnus is obviously from Narnia, and Narnia is a fantasy novel. But I would say that Narnia is a little bit more literary than Tolkien is, because it has the same feel as a fairy tale, and it's basically Bible fan fiction, with animals instead of people. So I put him on the list because that it's my list, and I'm not taking any questions at this time. But Mr. Tumnus is, for the most part, he's obviously he betrays Aslan and the other Narnians, which isn't great. Like, on a scale of 1 to 10, one being like, I don't know, Judas, 10 being Samwise Gamgee. I On the loyalty scale, I would say that Tumnus is like a 3, because he gets it right in the end. He does go back, and he helps to free the Narnians from their frozen state, when he's given the opportunity. But he does betray everyone. So it's not great. But he's nice. He's like his legs are a built-in blanket, right? He's kind. He he has a really cool scarf. I don't know. Don't mind me. I don't know. I feel like I feel like it's a deal breaker for me that he was willing to betray his friends, even though, like, I don't know what I would do in that situation. But I feel like that's a deal breaker for me, so I'm gonna pass. Um, he's all yours. Jonas and Limus Foley, you guys can fight over him. Fight for my amusement. Fight for my amusement. Um, I'm so sorry that I disappoint you, Jonas. I'm so sorry. Nick Carraway. Nick Carraway is like is he's such a nothing. He's a nothing character. Um, he has no he has no real motivation. Are those mads for Nick Carraway's sake, or are they for Mr. Thomas's? Um, Nick Nick is just so bland. And he he's just like, he's nothing. Pass. He's boring. He's no Gatsby. Okay, Thomas. Um, Odysseus. Odysseus is so. Odysseus is definitely a serial adulterer, which isn't great. Uh, Sharing is caring. Well, and on the next a couple of them down, there's gonna be an opportunity for sharing and caring. So Odysseus a is a smash. He's clever. He's very loyal to his crew, even though he gets them all killed. He is not so devoted to his wife, but I'm not his wife. That was terrible. Um, but yeah, he's Odysseus is hot and all that stuff. So yeah, smash. Patroclus, my sweet sweet boy. Oh my god, Patroclus, smash. Holy crap. It was terrible but accurate. Um, Patroclus is such he's such an interesting character, and such a sad story, especially if you read Song of Achilles. Just the amazing book. It tells all about Patroclus and not Odysseus, and Achilles' relationship. It's amazing. You should read it if you haven't. Um, but yeah, absolute smash. Penelope. Penelope deserves so much better than she got. She deserves so much more than Odysseus. She's so utterly faithful to him, and he does nothing but cheat on her his entire story until the very end. And she's a strong queen, uh, devoted to her son and her home, and is so clever, and is able to trick a group of men for like 20 years that she's definitely going to marry one of them, even though she's never going to marry one of them. So that's a smash. I could, yeah, we are definitely going to be over 50%. Rhett Butler. Rhett Butler is from Gone with the Wind. I have not read Gone with the Wind. So we are going to go on looks alone, and that is a dapper gentleman. How many times do you think I've said the word dapper in this stream? A lot. I I don't. The only thing I know about not enough. Yeah, that's true. Dapper, dapper, dapper. The only thing I know about Gone with the Wind is the line. Thankfully, dear, I don't give a damn. And I think that's from the movie. It's not from the novel, I think. At least twice. I have said it at least once. Just from looks alone, I have no idea if this character is a good person or not. Looks alone, he's a smash. Robin Hood steals from the rich, gives to the poor. That's cool. He's an anti-capitalist. or at least he's on the right side of the class warfare argument. He's good with a bow and arrow, which is cool. Also, it's kind of like you're smashing Oliver Queen, but without the trauma. So, smash. Or like the version from Arrow that has a bunch of trauma. Well, good. I did not pass on Robin Hood. So next is Scarlett O'Hara. Again, know nothing about Gone with the Wind. The version of Arrow that we all want. Yes. God, the salmon ladder. Good lord. There's no reason why Felicity watches the salmon ladder. just based on looks, because I know nothing about the character. Scarlett O'Hara, she is smash. She's cute. Ebenezer Scrooge. The opposite of Robin Hood. The very much capitalist, very wealthy, just a rich asshole. Pass. Hard pass. Okay. I think I may be about to make a controversial pick for Jonas. Scrooge is not a smash. No, in no way is Scrooge a smash. No. You can have your old men, Jonas. Oh, yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. I see what you're saying. I got you. Well, good thing he has a lot of money. So Sherlock Holmes. Pass. Sherlock Holmes is not what I'm looking for in a partner. He's a drug addict. He's a drug addict and is totally obsessed with his work. He's a not nice guy to his work companions. He's just it's a pass. No. Not a great person. Yeah. It'd be better if you could just hang out with him. Tarzan is a smash. Just yeah. This is Tarzan, by the way, if you couldn't tell by the abs. But yeah, Tarzan is most definitely a smash. I would love to go swinging on the vines with him, just staring at his abs. Abs. So here's our opportunity for sharing and caring. You can't really tell from the picture. Yeah, anyone who doesn't want to smash Tarzan is definitely wrong. That's true. Next we have the Three Musketeers. I don't know much about the Three Musketeers, but again, dapper individuals. Um, you you think of Kingdom Hearts when you think of Tarzan, really? I think you're lying. So Three Musketeers, three dapper individuals. Um, Smash. Yeah, smash all of them at least once. Oh, I gotcha. The Clayton gorilla noises. Yeah, those are annoying. Um, I had to include this one as a Fae. This is Titania of Midsummer's Night Dream, and she is queen of the fairies. And I wanted to add her husband Oberon, but there were no non TOS, or there were no TOS images of Oberon. Um, Smash. She's amazing. She's beautiful. She's a queen of fairies. Gotta love her. And these last two, they're very similar. And it's kind of fitting that we do them together. She is also in Final Fantasy 14. Yes. Yeah. And even if even the images that so I searched for images of Oberon, and there were a ton of images of Oberon that would break TOS. Um, but like even when the image of Oberon wouldn't break TOS, Titania was in the image and she would break TOS. So just leave him out and say that I would smash him if I had him on the list. So these last two are very similar kinds of characters, very dapper, swashbucklers. So it's kind of fitting that we end with both of them. Wesley from Princess Bride, and Zoro from Zoro. And both of these are easy smashes. Just nothing more really to say. Just yes, we're done. And congratulations, guys. We have finished our Smasher Pass. I'd we definitely have over 50% smashes, but let's see the actual number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. 32 smashes, and 19 passes. So that's almost 50% over 50%. So we're closer to 75% smash. So yeah, we're good. This has been so fun. I love doing this. I so I am I hope that you guys have enjoyed this as much as I have doing it. So I was I was nervous to do this. I definitely wanted I wanted to do it because it was such a fun idea, and I wanted to branch out my content to be more interactive, because reading streams are great, but they aren't as fun for like interacting with chat. They're much more of a chill kind of vibe. And I want to be able to interact with you guys more. So we're probably going to do more of these kinds of streams in the future. But today is just like a special thing, because I wanted to say thank you for hitting 750 followers on Twitter. You're never gonna let me live that one down, and that's okay. I accept your rage. So yeah, thank you everyone for coming, and for making this journey, the start of this journey, so much fun. It was easy. He's a traitor. I don't smash traitors. But yeah, thank you so much for coming, and thank you for everything that you guys have given me. I couldn't do this without you, and I am so happy that I have this little community, and I can't wait to watch it grow. And I hope that someday we get to do amazing things together. But yeah, I definitely want to do more of these in the future. We're definitely gonna do some, like, my favorite fantasy novels, like Lord of the Rings and Stormlight, and maybe just like all of sci-fi fantasy, tier lists, smasher passes. Thank you, Jonas, for another gifted sub. I need to fix that alert so it becomes a gifted alert, apparently. I didn't even notice that. But yeah, thank you very much for the gifted sub. I really appreciate that. So now that we are done with the Smasher Pass, I think that we're just gonna have a short stream today. I think that I'm just gonna sign off and find someone to raid. Not in that order. Because don't want to overstay my welcome. Let's see. Who can we raid? Let's raid someone. Weary Souls. Of course, thank you for coming. Let us. I don't think we've raided this guy before. Let's raid him. We are gonna raid that. We're gonna raid Ignis. Raid. Ignis. If I could type good, that'd be great. Okay. Okay, let us. I will say goodnight for the present, but tomorrow I will be collabing with Kana, the Bat VTuber. I will be hosting her channel. I won't be streaming it. We're going to be doing a kind of Nuzlocke Pokemon challenge, and I'm going to be a part of it, and it's going to be so much chaos and so much fun, and I hope that you guys come and watch on her channel. So have a good night, and again, thank you for coming to this little celebration, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.